What is discipline? Discipline is basically the number of times you can do a punishing behavior without receiving reward. And many people go, yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m., I do my morning journaling, I do my cold plunge, and then I get straight to the gym. But I like it. And the important part is that those people, they like it, but that's not fucking discipline because you like it. Discipline is about doing something that you don't like without getting the reward. It's basically sacrificing short-term satisfaction for long-term result. Okay? So the whole cycle of discipline is basically to use it to set up your environment in such you no longer need to use discipline to continue doing the things. Okay, to continue doing these things. So, for example, getting in shape, okay? For a guy who's already in shape, he already has the result. It is much more easier for him to do the input because he knows that this input, it will get him the result that he wants, which is his shape. Whereas the guy who just starting out, he doesn't know what input it will actually help him out. And he's sacrificing short-term satisfaction, which is his past life or his current life, for long-term result, which is his desired outcome, which is basically a jacked body he wants to have. But he doesn't know if this input will actually get him the result that he wants. So is this basically gap, okay? You're basically in this gap here of where you were, your past life or your current life, and where you want to be, your desired outcome. And you're basically here in the gap of where you were and where you want to be. And in this video, we'll go exactly on what kind of mindset approach you need to have in this gap in order to not quit, because you're putting in the input, you're putting in basically all of your effort and you're going nuts at it because you're like, I'm putting in the damn input, yet I'm not getting the result. And we'll go exactly on what kind of mindset approach you need to have in order to not quit in this season of your life, in this gap, let's say. And we'll go exactly on step by step. Cool? We'll go step by step, so you can connect every dot in the end of the video and you'll be able to translate all of the knowledge that I gave you into your own life. So you'll be able to actually do and achieve, most importantly, whatever you want. And why should you even spend your valuable time listening to me? Because I have the result that you want. I've been where you are right now. I struggle with the exact same struggle you are struggling with in this exact moment. I was skinny. I blamed my genetics and low appetite for my skinny frame that I had. I was in control of my vices and distractions. I didn't have any purpose, any vision, any goal to work towards. And I just went through life guessing on what my passion is and what should I really work towards. What kind of person should I really be? What kind of person do I really want to be, actually? But today I'm jacked, I'm confident, I have a vision and a goal that I'm willing to work my absolute ass off to get to achieve that goal. But most importantly, I'm in control of myself and I'm grateful for every single thing that I have in my life. And I believe that this video, it will genuinely help you out, because most of these self-improvement videos, they just yap. Those guys, they just yap for the views, they just yap for the likes, for the engagement. But they don't actually give you the knowledge, actually the inputs that you need to do, what kind of mindset approach you need to have to be disciplined in order to push through those hard times. Because I believe that in 2025 and 2026, the words have lost meaning. People don't even know what discipline is anymore. Okay? So I believe that it will genuinely help you out. You're watching this as a young man who wants to fulfill his purpose. You want to do something with your life. You don't want to go on the regular 9-to-5 route and end up like the guy who just ended up with his 8-hour shift, lays on the couch and drinks fucking beers, like divorced, unhappy, sad. He's in control of his vices, his distractions. He's in control of the external forces around you. You don't want to be told by your daddy and basically the world around you on what to do, what you need to think, what actions you need to take. Because I believe that there's so much to life. There's so much you can do in life than just staying stagnant, there's so much more than not progressing in any area, any aspect of your life. There's so much more you can do. Like there's so much more to it. First, you need to realize how important self-discipline is, because self-discipline, is basically self-mastery. And if you're not disciplined, that means you're not in control of your own self. And because you're not in control of your own self, you're not in control of your life. And what is life? Life is simply an external reflection of you. And if you can become in control of yourself through characteristics of discipline, you can become in control of your life. Self-discipline is the most important thing to build as a young man, because if you're not in control of your own self, you're not in control of the external forces around you. If you're not in control of your emotions, thoughts, your actions, etc., then the external forces around you, they will be in control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, and every single thing in your life. A lot of people, they want to be disciplined, yet they don't even know why. And a lot of these self-improvement videos that I spend hours, days, and even weeks watching, they never talked about the one simple fact, and that is having a strong enough why. Because once you have a clarity on why you're actually doing the things you're doing, once you have a better clarity on why you're actually tracking your calories when your physique has been looking the same for the past 2 weeks, you have a why that will help you push through this last hard sets. You have a why when you will wake up and the computer and work for 6 hours even when you don't want to. You have a why when you're gonna feel like giving up, when you're gonna feel like this just isn't for you, and you'll keep pushing through. Okay, this is why having a why is such an important thing, because it will actually help you get through this gap, to this lonely chapter where you're getting in the input, you're doing every single input, you're gonna be getting in the results, yet you're not getting the desired outcome, the desired result. That is why a strong enough why will actually help you out. Understand that your thoughts, they lead to action. Actions, they lead to habits, and habits, they potentially lead to the lifestyle, basically to the person you want to become. And in order to become that person, you must realize that it all starts down with your thoughts. Okay, so the first step to becoming an extremely disciplined person is becoming in control of your thoughts, which is the hardest part, because there will always be two sides of you. There will be the best version of yourself, which is going to say, I want to keep doing this. It's kind of delayed gratification shit. I want to keep doing this when it gets hard because I'm not getting a result, but I know that I will get the input. I want to keep pushing through when it gets hard. Like, this is what I want to do. And there will just be an inner bitch, an inner part of you that will just be like negotiating with yourself. I'll do it tomorrow, sleep in, stay comfortable. I don't want to do this. Yeah, think about it, whatever the fuck. And it will basically force you to negotiate with your own self if you don't master your thoughts, if you're not yet a disciplined person who knows exactly what he needs to do, which is take action. The simplest way to become in control of your thoughts is to think. If all of your aspirations in life are selfish, you are always going to take selfish actions, because all of your thoughts surround selfishness, and you don't really dream of something bigger than yourself. And let me break this down to you. You need to realize that you cannot change the world. You can only change yourself. So if you change yourself, then you can change the world. Second, you need to have a desire to do something which is much greater than yourself, which will lead to you having selfless thoughts, which lead to selfless actions, and so on. So besides thinking about the man you want to become, like fulfilling your purpose as a man, the masculine figure you want to become, you need to also think that I need to become a man I can admire, so that I can help and inspire other people, show them the path to discipline, show them the path to success, so that they don't end like my past self. So that led me to start waking up earlier, not to only inspire you guys, but to show you that if I can do it, so can you. Then I started to journal, then I started to track my calories and macros, then I started to go to the gym more consistently, then I cut out porn and all of the distractions, then I stopped hanging around with losers that were holding me down. And that's how I basically mastered myself. Okay, that's how I mastered myself. And just by doing these things, it was just by doing these things, and nobody tells you this, okay? That's what these videos, these people on YouTube, they don't tell you this shit. Why? Well, because it gets no fucking views. It gets no fucking views. How do you build muscles? You put in the reps, and nobody wants to hear that. In order to grow, in order to master yourself, you just must put in the reps. Like I said, how do you build muscles? You put in the reps. What happens if you don't put in the rest? Even when it's hard, guess what? No muscle. And the same goes for every single thing in your life. If there's no struggle involved, there's no growth. Okay? There's simply no growth. And the only way to master yourself is by trying every single fucking day. The only way to master yourself is pushing through the moment when it gets hard. That's it. That's it, trying to wake up early. And the alarm clock is going to go off and you'll have one thought saying like, let's do it. Let's get after it. Let's crush the day. And then you have a compromise thought saying compromise, like rationalize, don't do it, sleep in. You get some rest in, you feel better. You feel better the next day, or you feel better after you get the sleep in. You really don't have to do it, right? But as soon as your desire becomes bigger than how you feel yourself, then you can master yourself, then you can master your thoughts, because it's not only about you anymore. You gotta realize that it's not about you. It's not about you anymore. It really is not. It's for the betterment of the world. It's for your family. It's for your bloodline. And that's such a fulfilling thing, and also one of the simplest way to become in control of your thoughts, because you gotta put some fucking pressure on yourself, man. You really got to put some pressure on your fucking self, man. You got to visualize how great of a man you can become. And what person do you really want to be? Think about how grateful you're going to feel every single day just by putting in the reps and doing things when you don't want to do them and doing the hard tasks. Think about how great of a man you can actually become in order to master your life. Because life is simply just a game. That's all it is. And in order to become a master in control of your external reality, to get the things that you want, you need to master your thoughts. And once you master your thoughts, you master your actions. And once you master your actions, you master your habits. And once you master your habits, you can master whatever you want. A lot of people, they talk about manifesting. What is manifestation actually? Well, it's turning the thought into a reality. That's all manifestation really is. So you have to identify what you want and who you want to become. And you have to bring that manifesting process into your own life. Yeah, you have to bring it into your own life. So it's basically the thought, okay? It's basically the thought of something. And then once you understand what you want, actually, once you understand what you want, you can simply just backtrace it, understand the actions you need to take every single day to build the habit, so you can then bring it up into a real life. So let's say, for example, you are a skinny guy, okay? You may be a little bit confused right now. I'm gonna explain it to you, okay? Let's say you're a skinny guy who's manifesting into being jacked and having an unbreakable mindset, for example. You know exactly what you need to do, okay? You need to be in a calorie surplus. You need to track your calories and macros. You need to hit your fats, carbs, and proteins every single day. You need to prioritize rest and recovery, okay? You need to hit your daily steps. You need to drink enough water. You need to be progressively overloading and prioritizing liquid calories, okay? And that's all it is. And now that you know, okay, now that you know basically the discipline, how discipline works, what is actually discipline, how to translate it into your own life, and the actions you need to take, okay, which are achieving your surplus, like getting your water in, prioritizing recovery and rest and all of that. Now that you know all of that, you don't have any excuses. And from that point on, from the point watching this video on, if you are not where you want to be, okay, if you're manifesting into those things and you're not where you want to be, it's because you're either lazy, stupid, or you're arrogant. And I believe that most of you guys will take this information and be arrogant and be like, nah, I'll do it myself. I like the way I think, and I like the way I just do it myself, But this guy, it's a good video, but I'll just do it myself. You're skinny, you want to gain muscles, you want to level up your mindset, your nutrition, your lifestyle, whatever it may be, but you've been at the exact same spot for the last 3, 6, 12 months. So for that reason, here's the type form down below where you can apply to work with me one-on-one. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to fill it out, and I will be with you every single step of the way of your journey, and I will show you a full way, okay? So if you're finally willing to level up and drop all of your vices and distractions, not be lazy, you're willing to listen and not be arrogant, fill out the type form, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace!